Day 12. Feels like it's already been 2 months. I had the most fantastic day today. I feel like I was educating myself. I watched a lot of educational videos, which is pretty obvious from my two posts that I made with links to them. And to me, this is the book of knowledge. And what's kind of interesting about it is that the lock to unlock it is the zodiac. And we're going from one great age into another great age, as everybody already knows, the Aquarian age. So I'm going to put one more link in. Dr. Shiva, he was born in India, moved to the United States when he was 7, grew up in New Jersey. He is absolutely brilliant, and he started out with Ayurvedic medicine. His grandmother was a healer using traditional Indian medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and worked with the whole body. Well, let me just play a couple. I have this queued up here to a point where, well, let me just...
We as American people who actually do know these skills keep outsourcing our future to these people. And when you have a crisis like this and you see what's going on, this is where you realize you need people who actually are understand physics and engineering and science and plumbing and electricity. You see, when you look at Washington, who was a surveyor or was a farmer, when you look at Jefferson, who studied, these guys studied stuff. They were children of the Enlightenment, right? They studied physics and engineering. How many of these guys know any of this? And so it's up to everyone listening to ask themselves, when you look at what's going on with the coronavirus, how does anyone in that administration I don't believe anyone around the president has a clear idea of what the immune system is. They don't. So if you don't understand, let's pull away all the bullshit. What the hell is the immune system? What is actually going on? Now, 99% of doctors, many of them are, by the way, you don't have to be that smart to be a doctor. You just have to be able to follow protocols. Medical education is very medieval. It's you slog it out, 2 years of, book training, the 2 years of hell, and then you do some residency, okay? So let's put this in context. When they get their MD degree, this guy freaking doesn't know a lot. He has studied if this, and that's why they can be converted to AI, okay? And the concept of AI in medicine has been around for a long time. So the real issue here is who is advising all of us, okay? What is actually freaking going on? And what you realize is the average MD, if you ask them, how does a vaccine work? And what is a virus? They'll say, oh, the virus, this is what they convey to everyone listening, is that the virus has big teeth. It's like an alligator. And the virus is going and eating your tissue. It's eating away your lung tissue, right? And the vaccine blocks it, right? This is what people think. It's a very medieval, dark age idea, but this is what's circulating. Mm-hmm. And if you have even most of the people out there, including people like Sanjay Gupta, okay? Nice guy, I've talked to him, but he has no understanding of what the immune system is. The reality is when you take a systems biology approach, the latest of understanding the immune system, which, that's why the National Science Foundation 4 months ago asked me to give their distinguished lecture, because most people don't know these interconnections. And what you find is that the immune system, in its normal mode, it's able to handle all sorts of viruses because we grew up with microbes and we emerged out of the soup of viruses and bacteria, and we're multiplying. We're here. We are the, if you want to put the top of the heap, if you believe that, okay? But the point is that the immune system is constantly dealing with all sorts of pathogens. We have 380 trillion viruses inside ourselves. We keep thinking the word virus is some horrible word, okay? This is this narrative that's been built up by the pharma industrial complex, right? To scare us. It's like the old, I think, what is it, Wizard of Oz, right? Remember the scary thing and everyone? Yeah. That's what they created, the CDC in particular, people like Fauci, okay? And they've created this horror show. That's what viruses are. And then based on that, you must listen to me. And then they destroy anyone who exposes their fake science. So when you look at this, the immune system, actually, it's a dysfunctional and weakened immune system that attacks its own body. This is what's going on. So when a virus comes in, they're constantly coming in. The virus is trying to survive. It wants to take over your cellular machinery and replicate itself. In fact, doesn't destroy the tissue. It comes in, replicates, continues. Comes in, replicates, continues. It is when our immune system doesn't just destroy the virus, but it also starts destroying our own tissues. Because what happens is, and there's many reasons this occurs. If you eat a high sugar diet, horrible diet, high blood sugar, right? You're taking certain drugs, your body's natural immune system, the macrophages and T cells, are repressed down. You have really three systems, put it simply. Your macrophages, your innate, your cytokines, and then you have these things called T cells and B cells. Well, if these two get knocked down, the other one tries to make up for it. And the cytokines unleash the attack not only on the virus particle, but yourself, okay? And that is what is causing destruction. So this is what people need to understand. And I say it this way, so if the president's listening, he needs to understand this. And everyone needs to understand what...
Okay. I worked in science for 10 years. And I became extremely disillusioned by data, by what they could do with data, because I collected the data. And then my PhD boss would take my data and throw away the parts that he didn't like and create a narrative that he would present to his higher-ups as to what was going on. And, I saw the whole thing. I saw it unfold. I saw, statistics being manipulated. And this is what global warming, the whole thing, anyway, don't get me started. So the reason I said this has been such a wonderful day is because all I've done is research. I have had so much fun looking through, video to video to video, and, with some of the people that I normally watch and listen to, and then led to something else, and then whatever. But when I saw this Dr. Shiva, I had never heard of him before, but he is actually running for Senate in Massachusetts, and he's got several degrees, I think several PhDs. He's putting a whole thing together with systems. He teaches. He's also an artist. Anyway. I almost feel like these days aren't long enough. How many people are going so crazy, so absolutely stir crazy that they don't know what to do with themselves? And I am just so happy that I have all this time. Anyway, I don't have a lot to say right now. But anyway, it's been a great day. See you tomorrow.